Let's actually check in with journalist and historian Hadley Hall Meares. Her work has been published in numerous outlets. She's a contributor for Vanity Fair. And Hadley, clearly there are a lot of people who are watching this, even if they seemingly wouldn't have any association with British government or with the royal family. But many Americans just don't know how involved the Queen was when it came to government. Describe to us her role and her duty to her people.
The Queen was the figurehead of the Commonwealth, and she was the de facto head of government, even though it was really a ceremonial role. She would open Parliament every year in a very elaborate ceremony. And, you know, prime ministers, we just saw on Tuesday, she met with the new prime minister only 2 days before her death. So even though it was a ceremonial role, she had an enormous ceremonial role within the British government, and it's taken very seriously, and it's a duty she took very seriously.
And just days ago, again, like you mentioned, 2 days ago, she was meeting with the prime minister. They both had the same name, Elizabeth. And we had a photo of her. You know, she looked more diminutive. She was with a cane, but still with that beaming smile for the cameras. I had to ask you the same question I asked our first guest, Hillary Fordwich, at our first hour of Morning in America. Because of her health seeming to be a little bit more weakened over the past several months, do you think she was holding on? Do you think instinctively she knew that perhaps her time was short and that she wanted to make sure she made it to her June Platinum Jubilee, and she wanted to make sure that she had some role in the passing of the torch to Liz Truss?
I absolutely do. You know, when she was 21, she made a birthday speech where she said, "I will be your sovereign, whether my life is long or short." And she was a very deeply religious woman, and she really believed that her entire life was in duty to the crown and to the people of the Commonwealth and United Kingdom. And I really do think, I mean, this is just surmising, but, you know, after the death of her beloved husband, Prince Philip, they've been married over 70 years. You know, a lot of times, once that rock, she called him my stay and steady, was gone, you know, I think she maybe realized, I'm going to hold through the Jubilee, which is such a big deal to the people in the country. And then I know that King Charles III is ready to ascend the throne with Camilla by his side.
Well, I finally found this quote because it'd been lost on my screen, but she said in 1957, "I cannot lead you into battle. I do not give you laws or administer justice, but I can do something else. I can give my heart and my devotion to these old islands and to all the peoples of our brotherhood of nations." Do you believe that it's possible for now King Charles III to convey that same heart?
Well, that remains to be seen. I think that Charles, for all his personal problems, is quite underestimated. He's quite intelligent, and he actually has a great deal of passion for a lot of important issues of the day, for conservation, for cultural responsibility. And I think he's shown that he believes in a lot of things that really matter. Now, does he have that kind of gravitas and grace that his mother does? I'm not sure that he does. But surprisingly, I think that Camilla is going to be a huge asset. Who would have ever thought? But everyone who meets her talks about how warm and kind and fun she is. And I think she, along with William and Kate, are going to kind of be able to combine to help give Britain that strength it needs in these really, really tough times going on throughout the United Kingdom right now.
Hadley Hall Meares, thank you so much for being with us.
Thank you.
Thank you for watching. Go to newsnationnow.com to find NewsNation on your television provider. And don't forget to click the red subscribe button below to get more of NewsNation's fact-driven, unbiased coverage.